Have you ever wanted to remove silence from your videos, but when you go online and look for our software to do so, it says, oh, you have to pay for a service and it's only have a trial, like, oh, I would like to use this, but $99 or only a trial? Or let me see, again, oh, you have to pay paid plans. Let me show you how you can do one on any computer, really any device, anything that can run Python. And I'll show you how you can just go through your files and remove any silent bits with ease. Now, firstly, I'm going to provide you with an example video behind me, and this is what it looks like without having any silence in it. Let's remove the silence bits from this video. And there we go. And this is it with the remove sound. Let's remove the silence bits from this video. And there we go. The software we'll be using that can remove silence is Unsilence, which is quite funny. And this runs on any platform that essentially supports Python. The only requirements you need is Python, and then it's following pip, which comes with Python pretty much, and ffmpeg, which again is pretty much available on all platforms. Now, installing it is really easy. You just need to do pip install Unsilence if you just want to use the library. You can also install it from source, as seen here, which is also quite relatively easy, but we're obviously going to do it through library. We don't want to edit the code or whatnot, so we don't need to build it from source. Now I'm just going to open my trusty terminal and I'm just going to paste this in, and there we go. We are installed. In fact, if I run the command, it should say something. There you go, look. You know it's installed now. You just scroll down a bit further, it just gives you the command line instructions that you can do. So you got your input, your output, the speed of which a silent is, the volume, and you can even extract the whole audio file from it. And then you can also use CPU threads to speed up the process. So you can see here, I got that input file I had, and that was this video. Bits from this video. That was 9 seconds long that we didn't have any silence in, and we're gonna now run the command to remove the silence bit. So let's give it a run. Let's just do unsilence, and then I believe it's gonna be the date of the video. And in this case, I'm using .mkv. You can also use other files as well, such as MP4 types of formats should also work, but your commonly used ones will work. And then as my output, I'm just going to put it as output.mkv as well. And we'll just have it, we won't have any parameters for now. And here it will say calculating, it'll say the difference. So it says combined, inaudible and silent. And then it will show you the, oh yeah, and in this case we should press enter. And it will now give us the rendering tools. And after a short while, you see it was done. It only took 17 seconds, but again, if we could speed up the process and add in threads. And here's our output.mkv that we specified. So now if we run it, let's remove the silence bits from this video. And there you go. It's now shortened it to a nice, about half the length now. Let's try and mess with the parameters. So for example, this /ss, which is going to increase the silent part speed to those moments where there's no sound, so that we can reduce them. So in this case, it's just 1-ss. Let's try 100, shall we? And it says that we're going to get a 72% difference because now we're going even faster. There we go. Let's try this one out now. Let's remove the silence bits from this video. And there we go. And as you can see, that was much quicker now after increasing the sound. Well, that's really cool, but once you have so many files you have to get through, you don't want to have to do each command line one by one. Well, thankfully, because it's a Python package, we have ourselves a nice little library as well alongside it, so you can also use it in a little Python script. I'm going to show you my little script that I use to just go through a bunch of files and remove the silence bit. It's that easy. I've just removed my head to the side a little bit just so you can see the code bar, and here's a little script that I have that just removes the silent bits from a directory of videos and put them in an output. All I have to do is just run the command line, and I let it do its thing while I do something else in the meantime. And look at it, it's really easy. Less than 50 lines. We're just short. We can even make it short if we delete all these white spaces. It's just a simple main with a file where it uses the library to then remove the silent bits. But let's quickly just go through and demonstrate it. So I'm going to open the terminal, and I'm just going to go and pip shell because I made a little nice pip file. Nice. And then we could just go into, well, we just need to do python main.py, and we just need to follow parameters. So we have the number of threads, how fast the silent part is, the input and the output. Let's start with the input, and I have my input file, and then I have my output, which is just, let's just call it out for now. The SS, let's just set that as 100, and how many threads we want. We'll have it as 5. Now, I'm just going to remove the previous videos that we used because they already had no silent parts. We don't need them. So let's give it a run now. And it shouldn't take too long. Files to render 1, a little .tmp file, and it shouldn't take only a few seconds now. And there we go, video's rendered. And here it is in our out file. It even created a directory for us. Just quickly just go over the code, add the arguments, and I just check if these arguments have been set, and if not, and I also check if the directory exists. If not, I'll just make them. And then just use the OS package to walk through the files and directories. So I walk through the input directory, see what files there. So for files, I just append them to the array, and then I have the threads and the silent part. It just checks if they're set. If not, they'll use the default values. And then we run to this function, which is the list of files, the output where it's the string where it's meant to go, silent the threads, and all we go is loop through it, and we just run it to text silence, and then render the file, the output, and that's it. And then once that's finished, it'll just say video's rendered. Really simple. I also made a little pip file here so that you could just run it on any system using Python 3.11. That means you don't have to install them manually. You can just pip file install it, pipenv install, and then just run pipenv run or pipenv shell, and then run the file without having to worry really about package management. And I put this all on GitHub for anyone that wants to download it and use it. It's just git clone it at the moment. It's all under the MIT license, so you can modify it the way you like it as well. And that's all there is to it. It's a nice simple package. Use simple C software. You don't need any online trial software. You don't need any paid for software. You don't need Premiere Pro. You just need your files. And it even states that in the original package and Unsilence here, there's many designed for here. The uses for, like, if you're a college student, you're giving video lectures where there's a lot of just raw footage, so there's going to be silent parts. You can just run it through it and remove them to make it easier to listen to, or kind of like any long podcast sort of. And it's videos like for me, when I'm doing a lot of coding videos, I like to use this because it is very meticulous to just go through and cut each bit out, when I could use this editor, this software, to just cut them all out and make a nice little clean video about it. So do you remove silence from your video using a paid for software like seen in some of these videos such as Camwing? I think that's you can have a free trial, but it's a paid for service. Or do you like to use open source software? Have you found another GitHub repository that you like to use? Or do you have something like Premiere Pro, which maybe come with pre-built plugins? I'm not too sure, but if you do, comment down below, and I'll see you in future program videos.